now Ben Affleck has given an interview to Parade magazine, and I have a strong opinion on it. I'm just kidding, Ben. Just calm down. No, and it made me like him 1,000 times more. And it's because he explained what the reality is. He's like, look, Matt Damon has been carrying me my whole life. He said, well, I went to this, that's not exactly why I love him, and he didn't exactly say that, but let me explain. When he was 8, he apparently transferred schools. He was totally lonely, and he had to eat at the cafeteria by himself, and he felt like a loser. And I already love him now. I'm like, oh, schmoopy papoopy, right? And then this Matt Damon was 2 years older, and he came by, and he was into acting, and Affleck was into acting, and they became friends. And Matt Damon and him went to auditions together, and Damon kind of helped him out because he was a couple of years older. They went to New York together for auditions, etc. And then Ben Affleck apparently falls in love with this girl. He said it wasn't really, the girl didn't love him nearly as much as apparently he loved her. Matt Damon goes to Harvard, and Ben Affleck goes to the University of Vermont because it's close to the school where he thinks his girlfriend is going. Not that he thinks she's going there. She is going there. He thinks that she might be his girlfriend, but he's not really sure. 2 weeks into it, he calls, and a guy answers the phone. Right? And he's like, oopsie doopsie. And then he's like, who is this guy? She's like, oh, he's just helping me to study. And he's like, oh, that's it. Like, oh, I'm totally screwed. Total depression. He's like, depression set in. And then he was playing intramural basketball and fractured his head. And now he's a mess. And he's like, now I'm going to the coldest school in the country. I hate all my classes. I don't know what I'm doing up here. I'm depressed because my girlfriend's basically sleeping with some other guy at another school. I got a fractured hip. He's like, I go to the cafeteria. Not only will no one eat with me, I can't even sit. And I'm like leaning in to eat. He's like, I see that. He can barely eat. And finally, he can't take it anymore. He calls Matt Damon. And he's like, I'm done. Okay, close the book. Drink a cold glass of water. Come and get me. Okay? Totally reminds me of my friend Bor. He's like, who I want to stay. Who I want to run. Come on, get me out of here. Matt Damon comes. He's a good friend. Comes, gets him. Boom. Ben Affleck never sees the University of Vermont again. I like it. And then he's like, look, then we were nobodies. And then we did this Goodwill Hunting, and all of a sudden we're stars, and people are feeding these scripts to me, and I don't know what's happening, and yeah, I'm trying to make money, of course, and I take these projects, and I don't know anything about Hollywood. I'm totally naive, and all of a sudden we're supposed to be great, and so, I lived and learned. And he's like, now I got a good sense of where I'm going, but before I did, and then I start dating Jennifer Lopez, and everybody takes a picture wherever we go. We try to hide, and we can't hide, and then everybody's like, oh, there they are again in public, and they're shoving it in our face. They're like, we're not shoving it in anybody's face. Stop taking the pictures. Stop putting it on the cover of your magazines. And he said at that time, that's when Us Weekly, In Touch, OK, all those things really bloomed, all those magazines. And it's true, it was right about that time. And then everybody's saying, I'm a bad guy. And then, like Icarus, he says, then everybody starts to root for your demise. So anyway, the bottom line, and the reason I'm telling you this story is not because I got randomly fascinated by Affleck, which I am. No question about that. The reason is, hey, look, you know what? You never know. One day, you're a dude with a broken hip who's totally depressed over your girlfriend, eating alone like some pathetic dude in a really cold cafeteria in Vermont. Oh, one other part of the story that I liked. He said he accidentally signed up for the dorm that was the furthest away from the classes. And then he's got the broken hip. He's like, oh, I think it's so cold. Oh, I can't walk. He goes, oh, I can't take it anymore. So he goes from this poor, miserable kid to all of a sudden sitting on top of the world, making so much money and dating the stars of the world. And now everybody's dying to date Ben Affleck. And J-Lo and Jennifer Garner, et cetera, et cetera. Now nobody's, when he picks up the phone, there's no plumber calling, picking up the line saying, oh, yeah, I was trying to help Jennifer Garner study. Okay? So you never know, man. There's always hope.